Hello and welcome to another episode of Out of Stand Nation. Got me, your man, Jihoon, and Aura.
Yep. Unfortunately, we do not have Nick today.
But that's right, because he's getting kidnapped for a good, fun cause, I guess. So
he has been fed-napped by his friends for a special occasion.
Yeah.
So we'll leave him to it.
Yeah, and in other words, I just want to throw this in there. My albums came in. So.
Oh, nice.
Dreamcatcher and Eyes One. So I'm not.
I'm still waiting on my Eyes One. I'm still waiting on my Eyes One album.
Yeah. So I'll be giving those a good listen after we get done recording today.
Cool.
So let's go ahead and get on to our first piece. So VICTON, this is going to be their first comeback as a full group since 2018. Last year they had one comeback minus Han Seung-woo.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Han Seung-woo he was doing his X1 thing, so they
PD40. Oh, I keep on saying PD48. It is PDX101.
Yeah. So yeah, and that comeback actually wasn't that long ago either. I think it was like last year, October, November.
Yeah.
So
it was around fall, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was probably during that during November when we had like the whole wave of like crazy comebacks. So
yeah.
So let's get to the song. It's not a bad song.
No,
for sure. I feel like this is more like Korean lo-fi.
I have no idea what that means.
So lo-fi is a genre that's been kind of taking hold in the U.S. for the past couple years.
Okay.
It's kind of like this. It's like what it sounds like, right? It's, it's kind of a chill, mellow type of sound, usually with a very pronounced bass line.
Okay.
And maybe even some hard-hitting beats, but still overall like a lower-paced song.
Okay.
They're not really meant to be listened to. They're kind of more like background music. Play it and you vibe out to it.
Yeah.
And with VICTON's Howling, I feel a lot of it is share the same elements. The song itself is pretty subdued. Would you say?
Yeah. So I do agree because I kind of felt myself kind of start like I had to force myself to intentionally listen to it actively.
Right.
Because I did notice I started to slip into a subconscious listens from time to time. I mean, again, it's not a bad song. It's just not a song that I'd actively listen to.
Right.
And that's not to say that that's not a good style. A lot of songs out there can be like that, especially if you're studying,
Oh yeah. And I remember when I first discovered lo-fi. And mind you, like if you guys have been following the show for a while, like I generally don't like American music, right? Because it's not something I can just sit down and listen to. And I want to take in and analyze everything.
Right.
Lo-fi is like one of the few genres that I would say I got into, but I was more accepted of because that's the intention of it. Like it's supposed to be played in the background. You're not supposed to like really listen to it. You're supposed to like just kind of vibe out to it before going to bed or while studying. So yeah. I'm with you, right? It's a song that it's not something I would want to sit down and listen to and get immersed in.
Right.
But definitely, I wouldn't skip if it came up.
Yeah. It feels like from how you describe lo-fi, it feels like it's a little bit of a mix of trying to be powerful but also trying to be lo-fi, or being lo-fi but trying to be powerful at the same time. Which is interesting. And you can very much see it in the like choreography.
Yes.
You can see it in the outfits. It's definitely trying to be a powerful song and performance, but in a lo-fi kind of deal.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, which is very interesting. You probably to add on to the list of how you could listen to it is doing a gym workout too, because it's also very much borderline very much borderline power, and
yeah. You could use it for as like a warm up, like as when you're doing a warm up, getting ready to actually like get into like pumping some iron or go for a run. Yeah, I can see that.
Pump them irons, but no, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, and so you mentioned the choreography. I would say like for this comeback, that is definitely at least for me, the highlight of the music video, the song. Like their choreography was very good, very competent, powerful.
Yes,
and that powerful choreography going to this kind of subdued song. I don't know, I kind of feel like it made the choreography like really stand out that much more, give it much more impact.
Right, and like even though it was a powerful choreography, it did not clash with the song. That's what I really liked with it.
Yeah, because they also balanced out the power with like these with some delicate moments, especially towards the beginning as they're leading in.
Right.
So I don't know, especially with their
demeanor,
like their costume and yes, their demeanor. They kind of carried themselves in like this very I don't know, kind of sexy way. It was very. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably a good way to describe it. Like, pulled it off very well. Is it a song that I would like throw onto my like daily driving playlist? I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence with that. It's not a bad song. Again, I would recommend it. No problem.
Yeah. Like a lot of my friends who are into lo-fi, I'd recommend this song, even if they're only into like American music. No, I'd recommend this song. And it's also really nice to see Sungwoo back being active again,
and in top form. Like he is still bringing it.
Yeah.
So, now, as for the music video, I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to say about it because like the visuals is kind of like this really otherworldly kind of feel to it. And that set to their choreography and this type of song. I don't know. It all just felt very well packaged. I don't have a whole lot to say about the music video itself.
I mean, it's not bad. There was definite elements that reminded me of what was it? Kind of like a werewolf feel, to match the howling. If you've watched enough like cartoon werewolves or anime werewolves, or even look into like card games where they have werewolves, it's got that very much similar color scheme and that similar feel.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what wasn't there like a Chinese comeback? Like so, a boy group last year, K-pop group, they released a Chinese comeback. I think it was kind of set to a similar style as well. It was over the summer into the fall.
I can't remember.
Yeah, no, because like there was just so much going on around that time. So
yeah, so I mean, if anybody knows what we're talking about, let us know, cause
I almost thought it was GOT7 but then like GOT7 had Eclipse, and I don't think they had another comeback after that. So it was definitely after Eclipse though.
They might have, but I don't know. Yeah, but it definitely gave me a werewolf vibe too, which is pretty cool. Especially and this has nothing to do with the whole Twilight fandom thing, by the way. Just saying, because I know people who are still into the whole Twilight thing and the whole werewolves thing. But no,
wasn't that like 10 years ago already? Hasn't it already been 10 years since the Twilight series like concluded?
I don't know. I could never get into it.
Yeah, same. I refused to watch it with my ex-girlfriend. So
yeah.
Victon's Howling. Actually, I think that's a pretty spot on assessment, and I think this would pair up very well with EXO's what was the song, Wolf, I think it was.
No, did they have a music video? No,
No, it wasn't a music video.
Growl.
It's one of their no, not Growl. It was one of their B-sides from the same album as Growl. So this is like 6 or 7 years ago now. But it's an old song. But that for that song from EXO, Wolf, it has a very like much more like openly, explicitly powerful feel to the song. And I think like if you were to precede that with this song, Victon's Howling, and then go into that song, that'd be a great way to like start off a workout. So just be super aggressive, super into it. So I don't know. You think it's a good time to start moving on?
Yeah. Definitely got a good one next.
Yeah. So ITZY, another fiery comeback with Wannabe. And when I say fiery, I mean like it's like blowing up. Cause what was it at for views? Like last I saw was like. Actually, when I first saw it, it was like paused, and because like the fans were already like.
Well, YouTube pauses it to 1 view per IP address on the first day.
Yeah, and it's up to 52 million right now.
Is it?
Yeah. So ITZY is showing that they are unstoppable.
Yeah, 52 mil. Dang.
Yep. So. Why don't you go ahead and lead us off with your thoughts?
There is a lot going on.
It wouldn't be ITZY if it wasn't.
Right. Well, I just mean with the symbolism from the song to the title to like what they do throughout the music video. Because Wannabe, it's people usually when you say Wannabe, it's people wanting to follow in the footsteps, or who want to project themselves onto someone else, or
be
whatever.
something that they're not. Yeah.
Exactly. But this song definitely takes it in a different direction. I think I might have hit my mic, so sorry for anyone who heard any mic stuff because I hit it. But no, it's very interesting where like everything around them is very like proper. Everything is in a certain way, especially during Chaeyoung's part, Leah's part, and whatever. But the girls themselves were very much individualistic. The song was like, I want to be me. I don't want to be how everyone else is. I'm gonna break through, whatever. And it very much shows in how they act, in everything. It is such a fascinating song, and it's really good. Like, it deserves all 52 million views and more.
Yeah.
Actually, it deserves more, so go watch it.
Yeah, and it was all very well put together. The music video, the song was. So, this is the third, between their debut, their last comeback, and this comeback. They've established this pattern of sound that they are electro pop. That is their sound, and not only just electro pop, it's like
electro fun girl pop,
and like as Nick would say, a hot mess pop. So because the musical elements are usually very messy and whatnot. This was a bit more organized compared to ITZY, and especially compared to Dalla Dalla. And I don't know. For me, I guess because of the more serious nature of the song, I was taken by surprise. I was expecting something fun and upbeat, just like how we did with we got with Dalla Dalla and ITZY. So to see this is very different. It was totally unexpected. And the visuals are still quite fun as well. Because you got the club scene and whatnot. Besides like when they were, when Leah was kind of like sitting at the table, kind of wondering what to do with herself and whatnot. But the song really picked up towards the end, especially as they kind of broke free of their shackles, I would say. So for me, I wasn't as blown away as I expected to be, though.
Same.
Because I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't know how well. I mean, you're probably not taking it bad way if you're a fan of them, but it's just that for their target demographic, right? It's the younger crowd. So for the younger crowd, this would be fresh and interesting, right? Because they haven't had as many years on this earth as us, and especially you. But but for us, who've been following K-pop for a long while, you've seen this. You could see this progression. Like you already knew exactly where this music video was going to end up with. Because like you said, right? You saw them at the beginning, and they're kind of like they're feeling like they're trapped and shackled by an image or whatever, and you already know that they're going to go through and break free and have fun with it, because especially with ITZY's concept. So
exactly.
So because of that, it made it predictable for us.
Yeah, I mean it's about rebelling against the norms. It's not like, I mean the way they did it was kind of like you go clubbing. It's a way of rebellion. Chaeryung's like school uniform,
Oh, she's getting chased by those drones.
Exactly. She was breaking away from the norms because you notice how all the uniforms were white around her. They were all in plastic bags. They were all uniform. They were all clean. But she wore her clothes very colorfully. She wore different from the rest. I don't know if you noticed that, but she's already stood out. But the drones basically signified like uniformity that tried to control her, which that's why she ran, kind of thing. I will say something. This is like one of the movie magic kind of things that kind of irks me. Okay, when Ryujin cut her hair, okay, I don't care how much it is you say, I don't believe anyone can cut their hair that nicely and look that good after just cutting it in the bathroom mirror. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Great symbolism there, amazing symbolism, but that hair just looked way too nice after she cut it.
Well, these things, it's called a suspension of disbelief. You're supposed to, like, there's for the general public, it's usually accepted that, like, it's not going to be that pulled off that well, but I'm gonna accept it because it's a music video, or it's a movie, or it's a TV
show. So exactly.
For people who are like really into cinematography, like Aura is, it has a much lower threshold for suspension of disbelief. Yeah,
but I mean, but the cutting of the hair is a major symbolism in a lot of cultures, not just like Asian culture, but also like Native American culture and whatnot. And
you see it often in movies, especially too, like where the female character wants to kind of be reborn, and so she cuts her hair short.
Yeah, reborn, symbolism of strength. Like after you cut your hair, it's supposed to symbolize you trying to become stronger and break away from your weaknesses, your past.
And it's almost always following after a major emotional event. So
exactly, breaking away from the past emotions, or even rebelling against the social norms.
Yeah. So going back to the music, so with the electro pop sound, I mean, it's always a trendy sound, and it always fits well with the way JYP pulls it off. I would say. I think JYP, out of all the labels, I think they're usually the among like the top at pulling off that type of sound successfully, I would say. And
I mean, if SM kind of promoted FX right, that electro pop would have been.
Yeah, because like I mean, I would say that at that time, for that era, FX was probably at the top of the game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the reason why like I still have those two albums on repeat from that era, like today. So, I guess the only real problem I have with the song is Ryujin's rap wasn't as impactful as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
or I thought it should be. But I guess that's kind of weird or difficult because of the serious nature of the song. So I mean, kind of putting it into that perspective, like, yeah, it would make sense. So again, I guess my problem is I had different set of expectations coming into the song. So
I mean, I've kind of expected it just because of how they did it with Twice too. They kind of did a little bit of a tone shift when it came to the third albums with the concept tone or concept, I can't remember exactly, but I found like when it comes to JYP artists, around their third comeback is when they do a very inline kind of shift, but there is a slight shift that changes the concept.
Right, where it's not too like it's not such a drastic shift that longtime fans wouldn't recognize it.
But it's big enough where, like if you pay attention, you will notice. Right. And that's not to say it's a bad thing. It's good. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a way to judge how well. I'd say the third album is usually how they use to judge how the fan base will receive the song, whether it's going to be good or bad, or even bring in new fans.
I love it. You're bringing in some of that business analysis right there. So, it's great.
I mean, I have to sooner or later.
But that's also an us thing too. We definitely are, like for the three of us, we're a lot more business minded. So
yeah, I'd say we all have different like thoughts, and when it comes to like business, and all that. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Well, plus I don't know. I personally find that kind of stuff interesting. So,
yeah.
You want to get ready to move it on to our next one?
Yeah. Before we start making this an entire business episode.
Again, because we kind of had to happen 2 episodes ago. So.
Yeah.
So, favorite, they are back again. So their previous comeback was actually a Japanese comeback last October. The previous Korean comeback was January or February last year. So these came back with LiQWYD. So LiQWYD is following on with Loka, their previous Korean comeback, where it's a definite Latin American inspired sound, and I think this one they kind of like go like further into that realm of sound.
That's definitely for sure.
Yeah,
I was like, am I listening to a Latin song? Nope, right. Nope. I hear Korean. Yeah. It's Latin inspired.
So normally I don't. Normally I'm not too into that sound. Like I get my moods where it's like, all right, cool. I'll listen to like a either like a Latin inspired song or like a full on Latin song.
Right.
And I don't ever need to listen to it again for like another, I don't know, year or two. And I'm good for that like genre. I think this is a song that I could actually listen to more consistently.
I feel I'm very much different from you. I mean I've listened to a lot of Latin music. I really enjoy Card's style of Latin inspired music. But I can't actively listen to.
Okay.
This one isn't my style. I've definitely noticed a lot of influences, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Because like compared to say Card, who else? Those other groups too last year. So there were some other groups, especially like in the Nugu realm, that were kind of like migrating towards this type of sound, but not fully committing to the Latin American sound. So I don't know. I guess that's part of the reason why I'm a bit more receptive to the song, is because like I've been kind of like starting to get what's it called, indoctrinated into accepting this kind of sound over the past couple years or so. So
okay.
The music video though,
I was very much subdued with it, I'd say.
So I mean, I would say that at least as far as overall quality of the music video was better executed compared to say Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but then with Crazy, it's a very young company, very like that's their debut, so I get it. But
Yeah.
for this one, it's to the level you would expect of a veteran group, a veteran company.
It very much felt minimalistic. There wasn't much location changes. It was very red and black.
So, what did you think about those scenes where they were silhouetted against that back red light source?
That one I personally liked.
Really?
Yeah, I personally liked that. But I also thought in the other side of my mind, I'm like, oh, Nick ain't gonna be able to see this.
I wasn't even thinking about that. It was just more like, I guess my problem with it is because normally with silhouetted scenes like that, right? You're supposed to be able to at least make out a fair amount of detail of what's being silhouetted, but you can't really because it's so dark, and I'm watching it on a color calibrated screen, so I'm seeing it as like intended by the director, and it was just so like overly dark. The contrast was so cranked, and then like I could understand if it was like a perfectly circular light source, but then it wasn't. Like it was more like you had like rays of light kind of like scattered, so the light was refracted.
Right.
So that really made it even harder to like see the silhouettes of the girls dancing. In fact, if I could imagine if you watch it on a generic TV that wasn't color calibrated, you just see red light and like blobs of black and not even realize that it's the girls dancing.
That's pretty much how I saw it, but
you saw
like I didn't know they were dancing. I just thought they were silhouetted.
So you see the problem I'm having with that scene?
Yeah.
That really bothered me because I mean, I'm not as far into like cinematography as you are, but knowing what the director was intending and seeing how it was executed, it kind of drove me nuts.
Yeah. So since you always actually saw what they were doing, I thought that they were just kind of standing there, which could have meant a whole lot of different things in cinematography, which would have been good. But if they were dancing, that changes the story completely.
Yeah, because like the light refracting, the light rays moved around too, so it spun around the girl, or kind of spun around the girls, so it would also further cover up their movements.
I did not notice that when I watched it.
Well, because those scenes were such rapid cuts that like they were only on the screen for like maybe a second or 2 seconds. So yeah, it's that's like the only thing that really bothered me. Otherwise, like the choreography I thought was fine. The
choreography was alright. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
I definitely would say there were other choreographies that have been coming out recently that I'd like a lot better.
Yes. And I'm already excited to start moving on to the next one, but I kind of want to finish up on this piece too. So, with LiQWYD, I think it's a good follow-on to Loca. I actually enjoyed Loca, and so did Nick. Nick said he loved Loca and he was looking forward to this comeback. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear what Nick says, if he's disappointed like you, or if he likes it like me. No.
I mean, he does. He very much enjoys college, so I think he could very much enjoy LiQWYD.
Well, but you gotta remember too, though, he also nitpicks on chord progression. So, if they have something glaring in there that's different or he doesn't like,
right,
that kills it for him. So,
yeah. And don't get us wrong, we're not trying to like speak for him. We're just estimating, predicting.
It's almost like a fun. It's like a pastime of ours, isn't it? We do a lot of predicting in our Discord, which, by the way, you should join us on there.
Yeah, we get if. So while I'm at work, these guys like go, Oya's gonna hate this. Oya's gonna hate this.
But we also do a lot of like industry predictions. Like, what was it when we predicted Rocket Punch's like concept, like debut concept, or when ITZY was gonna have their first comeback. So, yeah, like those are fun. So
I mean, we've been like right maybe 25% of the time. Like, but that's better than some other prediction. You know?
Especially from like reputed like news sources who report on rumors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, are we ready moving on to our next one?
Yeah, let's go.
So, Donkeys with Lupin. This group, they just debuted last year. I think they had one comeback after that last year. Or was it two?
I don't know.
So this is their first comeback of the year.
This is honestly the first time I've heard of them. So yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think of the song?
It reminded. So the concept-wise, the first thing that went through my head was, oh, it kind of reminds me of AOA's Bing Bing. No, not Bing Bing.
Bingo Bango? No, not
No.
Bingo Bango. That was like a.
It came out the same time as Bing Bing. I feel bad. But no, they had a detective concept at one time.
I'm trying to remember because I remember Miniskirt, Like a Cat, Moya, which was AOA Black. So yeah, I don't remember.
Time to search it up. But no. It was the same time as it was Excuse Me.
Okay.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Excuse Me, except with Excuse Me, it was a femme fatale kind of like detective, while Lupin was kind of like the private eye, like stereotypical private eye kind of thing.
So I'm not too familiar, but isn't there like a Japanese anime called Lupin, where I'm not sure what it's about, but
Lupin the Third.
Is that like, does this music video kind of reference that?
No.
Okay, because I don't know what the anime is about, so.
Yeah, the anime is more of a fun, hard-boiled detective kind of thing. It's been a few years since I've watched it.
But I mean, like that detective reference.
I mean, there's a lot of detective stuff, but it's not in the same like line.
But I mean, just with the title of Lupin.
Well, Lupin is also a character from that. For some reason, people associate with Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
So,
No.
by the way, they would not written by the same author, Lupin and Sherlock Holmes, but people seem to associate it with that.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, like, what do you think of the song itself?
It was alright. Very similar to Excuse Me. It wasn't my favorite song that's been released. I'm not much of a detective kind of song. It felt very subdued to me.
Yeah, I mean, it subdued, jazzy, funky feel. Because like the song itself is again, it's full on funk. Like it's a throwback
which is very much your style, the whole funk.
But it's also like a throwback to like a 70s style funk, especially.
Yeah.
So, but wow, like so it's from the funk riffs that they threw at the very beginning. Like it's kind of like a funk rock type of feel.
Right.
But then they transitioned vocally into something different, but they brought it back into funk. Like the song itself was very interesting because like the way compared to some of the other songs that we've been seeing lately, especially in the K-pop space, where we're seeing a lot less melodies and sub-melodies throughout the song. This one was kind of mixing up a bit more, so it kept it very interesting for me, and especially with towards the end of the song, as they transitioned a bit more to a much more like energetic feel. Like it really pulled me in, and I thought the choreography was very interesting. Like, I think it was like one of the most original choreographies I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it very much reminded me of a mix of two boy groups. don't remember what. No, so it reminded me a little bit of the BTS's dystopian like dance moves.
Okay, yeah. So it gets some of that power in there.
Yeah, but then there was this other group that I just can't remember. For some reason, I just can't remember. I know it was. I want to say EXO's Growl, but I feel like that's wrong. I definitely.
Oh,
feel like...
you talking about like with the sharp movements?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be EXO's Growl because like Growl had very sharp movements throughout the choreography, and yeah, so like the sharp movements with a bit of power and the use of the props and their offset formations. Like I thought it was very interesting for the choreography. I was really into it. So
yeah,
this song, I've heard of them before, but this is actually the first that I've listened to their music or watched one of their music videos. I'm very impressed. They're on my radar now. So.
I'll keep my eye out on them, but right now they're not on my radar yet. They could be. But
yeah, I mean, maybe with their like maybe if you check out like the previous like MVs, because there's like 2 that they released last year. So, well, plus they had their pre-debut like November 2018 or so. So,
okay, yeah. I mean, they're still a fairly new group, so
yes. Like rookie groups are really on fire right now.
MCND definitely on fire.
MCND especially. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can definitely see them being a monster rookie group for MCND. But with DONGKIZ, I feel like I don't think I can get into them as much. And this isn't a knock on them. I think that they are very talented. But right now they're not on my radar. I definitely would like to see them grow more.
Mm-hmm.
And explore other concepts, because there's definitely untapped potential there.
Yeah, and I think right now that one of their best strengths at the moment is in their choreography and dance, and especially like their dance. So
their dancing definitely is what stands out.
Yeah, because vocally, I didn't find myself like really highlighting too much of their vocals. I mean, there's not to say that they're bad. They're competent. More than just competent, like they're good. But I was definitely more blown away by the choreography than their vocals. So
yeah.
So, are we ready to move it on to our song of the week?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, what you got?
Mine's not very difficult for anyone watching and who has been listening to what I've been saying with these last 4 songs. It's not very hard. it's ITZY's Wannabe. Yeah.
So, it's a hard pick for me this week.
Is it?
Yeah, because especially between all 4 of these, like I actually like there's certain things about all 4 songs that really stood out to me, that really grabbed onto me, and then it's like, well, you know, which one do I want to go with? Because, you know, this song's got the choreography, this song's got like the on-screen persona,
right?
So this song is like more into my mood of the week, but I think I'm gonna go with the DONGKIZ and Lupin.
Okay.
So I think it's cause like that new factor, I guess, like you're a new group that I just discovered, so it's like I don't know. I honestly don't know, but
hey, we all got our preferences, and honestly, everybody just watch these music videos.
Yes.
Tell us which one's your favorite. They're good. They're honestly good. You know, don't bash them, but you know, give your thoughts on which one you like better.
Yeah, I mean, because like they all get a pretty strong recommendation from me for all different reasons. So yeah, for sure. So let's moving on to our quick shots. First up is JYP just announced the birth of his 2nd daughter.
He's got 2.
Yeah, if you remember last year. Wait, was it last year or like late 2018, like December 2018? I think it was like
I think it was last year.
like around the same time frame, right? Like January. Like, bro, he's got himself another daughter. Like, man, congratulations, dude. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. It's so he announced it via Instagram. In a dual language post actually. So he had it in Korean and below that in English.
Okay.
Like that post had like so many likes. Like I think it was up to like 400,000 likes. So yeah,
It needs more.
it's great. So
Needs more.
he's a very gifted person. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
or a man with many gifts. And you know, having those two daughters, definitely humongous gifts. So. So, Aura, on to you. Oh my god, this is an awful transition.
So unfortunately, yes, this is a horrible transition because I'm the one who has to deliver this bad news. For those of you who haven't been online lately, one of Taeyeon's biggest supporters, her dad, has recently passed away on March 9th. Lots of condolences to her family, the friends of the family. So much condolences and lots of love towards her and her family. You know, they're probably going through some times, and you know, we just wish nothing best for her. And honestly, rest in peace to Mr. Kim, Papa Kim.
You know, this is definitely a time to be supporting Taeyeon because, you know, she recently lost a good friend of hers, you know, Sully, last year, and a couple years before too. So she's lost a lot of loved ones, you know, these past few years. So you know, show your love, show your support.
Yeah.
You know, help keep her strong.
Yep. Don't throw no hate. Just love, nothing but love.
So, all right. Well, there's no real good way to transition to that. No good way to transition from that. So let's just get to the next piece. 2 p.m. Fairly legendary group. They released their best of album in Japan, covering the periods of 2011 through 2016, and it topped Oricon's daily albums chart. So, congratulations! Like, that's amazing.
Yep.
You know, to put out such a strong showing after all these years. You know, release the best of album and then bam, just kill it. So it's great. Happy for them.
Yep. Great job, guys. Keep on doing great jobs.
So on to you, or.
So this is something that Jihoon's very much happy about because, him and Orbits. Let's just say that. Luna has gotten their first music show win on M Countdown. Wow, I cannot speak today. So congrats to Luna and their first win, because their song's definitely killing it. Go listen to it, give it more views, give them more love, and yeah.
And stand talent, stand Luna.
Apparently he's stealing Nick's lines now, so
Absolutely, I'm that excited for him. So now on to some more exciting news. This will be our last one. Blackpink's Jennie and Akmu just got certified platinum.
The way you worded it, it kind of made it sound like Akmu was part of Blackpink. I was like, wait a second, that sounds like a weird sentence.
Well, you know, by their parts combined, it would be like double platinum, I guess. So. But yeah, Solo, Jennie's Solo just got certified platinum along with Akmu, and as well as a few other artists. I'm sorry I don't have their names up on the list. These are the two that I just wanted to highlight because they're people that we follow very closely. So congratulations to them. So.
Yep. So yeah, is there any other things that you wanted to add? Or?
No. Other than that, just follow all these great people, show them some love,
Yeah.
JYP especially, congratulate him on his new daughter.
Yeah. Show Tay some love. ITZY love. VICTON love. JYP love. 2 p.m. love. You know what? The list is. My list is just gonna keep on going at this rate.
Because we're people with lots of love and lots of love to spread. We believe everybody should receive a lot of love as well. So.
Love, ridiculousness, goofiness, oldness, youngness. What else? Nothing but good vibes.
Yeah. So, let's wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to do it?
I mean, you got it.
Alright, so everybody out there, stay healthy, stay safe, wash your hands, cover your coughs, because, you know, we want you to stay healthy. Like, comment, subscribe. Join us on Discord, follow us on Twitter. We got our Twitter in the description. We probably have our Discord in the description. If we don't, dude, Jihoon, put it in the description. Much love, peace, adios, stay safe, bye.